On SmackDown, Sami Zayn became the United States Champion of the WWE.
Sammy.
And as you can imagine, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Cry me a river.
But it has absolutely nothing to do with Sami Zayn becoming champion. It's just the fact that Solo isn't. I said this since the beginning. He should have not lost that match to Roman Reigns at the start of the year. I'm probably the only one that agrees to this opinion. I like Sami Zayn a lot. I think it's hilarious. I'm happy that he's a champion in WWE, but this is unjust. And we're gonna talk about some possible options for Solo after losing United States Championship, because something needs to change for him. Like I said at the top of the video, if you guys were watching SmackDown, you would have seen that Solo Sikoa lost his US title to Sami Zayn, who only just got traded to SmackDown 3 weeks ago. Crowd popped. It was in Lyon, France. It really could have been on the PLE today, Clash of Champions. It's today, so like, why wasn't it on the show today? I understand you gotta make those SmackDowns and Raws feel special, but like, why not? Why not? Like, it should have been on the show. Same thing goes for that Dominic AJ Styles match that'll be on Monday. That should also be on the show. I understand Sami cut a promo where he's kind of shedding away that underdog mentality or underdog character that he had, and he's no longer Sami Zayn the underdog, but he's Sami Zayn the WrestleMania main eventer. But when I hear a sentence like that, that doesn't scream, I'm coming after the United States Championship. That means I'm going after the World Heavyweight Championship. The thing that he was actually like trying to do on Raw, it still doesn't make sense to me as a fan watching. The path to the World Heavyweight Championship is kind of clear. There's a couple guys going after right now, but we can assume Seth is gonna get through those guys, and he's gonna eventually need a new #1 contender. Why isn't he in that match, respectfully? No disrespect to LA Knight, he's great, but like, why isn't Sami Zayn a part of that match? It doesn't make any sense that the starting arc of his character this year was wanting to become a world champion, that now he's a US champion, he's just okay with that. I don't understand why Sami Zayn need to be moved to SmackDown to just become a mid-card champion. Why isn't he going to SmackDown and trying to go after Cody? Because he was part of the reason that Cody even became the person that he is today, the WWE champion. There's story, there's sensible reason behind that. But him going after the US title because, well, he doesn't like Solo. I mean, yeah, him and Solo have like a little bit of a story arc from last year when Solo tried to get Sami to join his version of Bloodline. It didn't work out, but there's so much bigger story arcs that are going on in his career, Sami Zayn's career, that he should have worked through before even touching this whole Solo stuff. That in comparison of him wanting to be world champion, he's talked about that for the last, 7 months? There's just a lot more story arc there for Sami Zayn to go after Cody Rhodes or continue on that path to be the World Heavyweight Champion on Raw than there is for him to become US champion. But what does a US title win actually do for Sami Zayn? What does a US title loss actually do for Solo Sikoa? Because Jacob losing the US title, he feels like he's going to be a WWE champion at some point down the line. Solo's direction to a world title, as much as I like Solo and I am a Solo guy, is not as clear as a Jacob Fatu's. Felt like Solo Sikoa could really be a very strong US champion, a very strong Intercontinental champion. So I created 2 scenarios that I feel like is the best suited for Solo Sikoa, and these 2 moves can also still make him feel like a big star within WWE, and they both involve with him going to the 2 other brands. Because I think his time on SmackDown is just, it's ran its course. I think it's just time for a change. Whenever that WWE draft happens, I think it's October. I'm actually just kind of making that up in my head. I actually don't know when it is, but whenever that draft is, moving that entire MFT faction over to Raw, and there's another faction like Division to have matches with, a building tag division for Raw, a mid-card division that feels like it's just stock full of guys that will be a world champion eventually. If it's going after the Intercontinental title and actually winning it, if it's going after the World Heavyweight title, those 2 possibilities of winning those titles, or even just new fresh feuds. Yeah, CM Punk, Judgment Day, AJ Styles. You could run something back with Jay if you want to, but we kind of already did that before. That Solo just either hasn't done it all or hasn't done it in a while. Now here's the next option, right? And I feel like this one is a little saucier, right? I feel like this one is a step down, but feels like a step up. So yes, NXT, of course. Solo and the entire MFT move over to Tuesday nights on the CW, but we have an unbeatable champion in Obafemi. The only guy that felt like he could actually take the title off of him, my opinion, was Javon Evans. I don't think Ricky Saints beats him for the title, but an entire faction going after Obafemi, and the leader of that faction is someone who's main evented PLEs before. He's beaten John Cena, he's challenged for the world title, he's been in the ring with Roman. Like, he's done all the major stuff that makes him feel like someone that can defeat anyone on NXT, for being honest. And within that, you can also introduce another member to the MFTs as well, Lance on Hawaii. And that opens a clear avenue for him to be introduced and featured consistently on NXT television. Maybe he can go after the North American title, or Tala Tonga can go after the North American title, and then have Solo as the NXT champion. 2 left over in the group can go after the tag titles, you know? Get the golden MFT, make him feel like a big deal. I honestly like the NXT move a lot more than Monday Night Raw because it will make Solo a top champion on a brand. Even, yes, that's a developmental brand. It gives him instant credibility when he comes back to Raw, back to SmackDown, and it gives everyone in the faction credibility as well because they all get championships. They all become credible. Because we haven't seen Tala Tonga really do that much. JC Mateo kind of just wrestles a lot of random matches on SmackDown. And Loa, while he's the GOAT, hasn't done a whole lot in WWE either, if we're being honest. So a move to NXT, in my opinion, for Solo Sikoa and the MFTs would be nice.
Nice.
They're gonna have the speed title down in NXT as well. So like, imagine Tala Tonga becomes Loa becomes a speed champion. The speed champion, yes.